First and foremost, I want to give all praise to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, double honors to the elders, great millstone, and salutation to all y'all come on the highways and byways, teaching his works sincerely and faithfully. I want to just, I want to give you the title first. Brooklyn pastor says he and his wife were robbed of more than $1 million in jewelry while preaching. He, he's not even supposed to be having it. That's the, this whole title, right? He's living a bad lifestyle just by the title alone. This is nothing new. These pastors robbing people, their congregation, their own people, right? Why do you have 1 million in jewelry? Anyways, not only that, but why are you wearing it, like flashing it? The Lord talked about giving. It's easier for it's harder for a rich man. It's easier for a rich man to enter to a eye of a needle through a camel than to enter the kingdom of heaven, because the Lord already the kingdom is spiritual, right? You got to go through spiritual means. You're being carnal by like having all this, amassing yourself with all this jewelry. You have to give to the poor, right? And not only that, but the scriptures talk about they already had to receive their constellation. So like they already received that on this side. So they're not gonna receive it in the kingdom. So you're not gonna, if you think you're gonna live it up here and live it in the kingdom, they got another thing coming. I'm trying to. Let me just read this. A flashy Brooklyn pastor known for wearing designer outfits and extravagant jewelry says he was robbed along with his wife of more than $1 million while he was preaching at church. It's like, come on, man. Like the flashy Brooklyn pastor, they call it. Like, like what kind of... You're supposed to set an example. Be humble. This dude, is boastful in all his jewelry stuff, What this dude said, crowd, I forgot his name. He said, the Lord blessed me with all this stuff. Nah, man. Lord, use Satan to bless you. Police say they received a report that the people entered the leader's tomorrow church Sunday with firearms and removed the jewelry pastor. Lamore Miller Whitehead, who goes by Bishop, and his wife were wearing. Police noted the investigation is ongoing. Part of the reported incident was captured on video from inside the church. A portion of the live stream was obtained by CNN affiliate WCBS before it was removed, and shows at least one perpetrator holding a gun on a pastor and interrupting his sermon. All right. Whitehead says in the video as he raised his hand and lowered himself to the floor. The video is no longer available on the church's live stream, but Whitehead told WCBS what happened. That's all right. It's pretty much stating that I'm not going to do anything, right? Because I know y'all coming from me. Y'all coming straight to me. I don't want my parishioners hurt, he said. Because they know what they're here for. He already knew that. He knew that they're coming for that bread. They're coming for that jewelry here. Jake I already know you're here for me. He wants that money. They want that money. They want that jewelry. All right, Jake is like a wild bull in the net, Not only that, but you're supposed to give back to your congregation. You're supposed to take the money, right, and disperse it amongst the families who needs it, right? That's a law. I'm not gonna get into it, but it's a law that the congregation does it like that. But he instead of him doing that, he amasses himself with this wealth and buys whatever the hell he wants. He had a Rolls Royce, diamond necklace, diamond what do you call them, rings, right? And go about had it with these rappers, these with these pastors. He's a little tied over a lot of people. I got women and children there. As I got down, one went to my wife and took all her jewelry and had a gun in front of my 8-month-old baby's face. He continued, oh my. See, the Lord is not playing with you, pastor. Y'all think this is a game? That's how the Lord is vexed, right? Come on, man. Let's get some scripture. Come on. You're jeopardizing your family just because you want to be off, rob your own people. Hold up. Um, Jeremiah 23 and 25, King James, woe be unto thee, Jeremiah 23 and 1, woe be unto thee, unto the pastors that destroy and scatter the sheep of my pasture, saith the Lord. Death and destruction. Therefore, thus saith the Lord Yahweh of Israel against the pastors that feed my people, ye have scattered my flock and have driven them away, and have not visited them. And behold, I will visit upon you the evil of your doing, saith the Lord. So that's what you get. Right? Everybody was saying that's what he like, you calling not only that, but what the hell? I bet he's not even preaching the word anyways. Whoever dresses like he's not teaching the truth. You know, I will gather the remnant of my flock out of all the country where I have driven them, and will bring them again to their full, and they shall be fruitful and increase. And I will set up shepherds over them, which shall feed them, and they shall fear no more, nor be dismayed, neither shall they be lacking, saith the Lord. So that's us on the highways and byways. A lot of people are leaving these churches. Not only that, a lot of Jake men, because they noticed that something, they have a lot of women and like past, nobody wants to, women are not meant to be in control of leadership. So you got a lot of men leaving the churches, right, because of that. So they're not going to be confused anymore because we're going to feed them. We teach them this word, who the enemy is, the Lord's coming back, what he looks like, right? The prophecy and the signs. That's, these churches don't teach, they don't teach about Esau. Who is Esau? Who's the so-called, who are Moab, Ishmael, Ammon, Ham. They don't ever talk about these other nations, right? Because the nation Israel has a lot of enemies, and you don't know, and if you ever seen a sheep, they need their shepherd to protect them because sheep are defenseless animals. I mean, I've seen them headbutt people, they'd be headbutting, but most of the time they're docile animals. Bah, every 5 minutes, bah, just walking through the grass, and they need a shepherd to lead them, and they follow the guy. You ever watch those farm videos sometimes, so like they've been led to the slaughter. They're led to confusion, right? And that's what's been happening in these churches, and the Lord's getting tired of it. That's just that's the Lord with a gun in his hand. Yo, yeah, drop all. That's what he gets. Yeah, another scripture. Matthew 7:15. Beware of false prophets which come to you in sheep's clothing, but inwardly they're ravening wolves, right? They probably talk smoothly, right? They probably dress nice, but on the inside they're a bunch of demons. They just want you for your money, right? You're not sincere. If you were sincere, you would have been given to your congregation hundredfold back. You have a Rolls Royce. You have jewelry. What more? Like, damn, man. Okay, let's say you did do all of that. Like, what about the other people? Like, help them. But Jake is full of, this whole world is all about greed. Who can get the most? There's no humility. He dress humble. He doesn't dress humbly. He dressed like a devil. I'm not saying there's nothing nice with dressing nice, but damn, when you to carry yourself a certain way, and he wants to like flash his jewelry and not preach the name of the Lord. But he does. But he teaches about Jesus, love, forgive, and we're gonna get in some good time. Like tell one of the life stories that they put on the it's the 20-minute life story that something happened to them. So there's gonna be something about them. Women and children there. As I got down, and one went to my wife, took all her jewelry, took off my bishop's ring, my wedding band, and took off my bishop chain. Then I had chains underneath my robe, and he started tapping my neck to see if there was anything else. So that means they knew they watched, and they knew that I have other jewelry. He said. Whitehead said there were gunmen with firearms raised to deacons at the door as well. There were about 20 to 25 congregants. President Pulley said, "My church is traumatized," Whitehead said. The NYPD said they received a report that the suspects took more than $1 million worth of jewelry and then fled the location on foot. They reportedly entered a white Mercedes-Benz and entered a Mercedes and were seen traveling eastbound on Avenue D. Police said the Whitehead is offering a $50,000 reward for information that would lead to the arrest of the people he says robbed them Sunday. I want justice. I want these men arrested. The pastor said in an Instagram video posted Monday, I know somebody knows something, and I want to make sure that you all know that I'm invested into this. He also said that the security system inside the church is going to change and that he plans to hire therapists for church to talk to the members and children on how to cope with what happened. Well, Jake would just not, if you just lived a humble life and didn't and help your congregation, the Lord, not only that you were dressed in flash and all that, but the Lord's getting tired of a lot of people, I know there's a lot of rappers who've been dropping dead lately, right? People know more diseases are coming up, right? This is coming, the Lord, this country, the Lord held back his tongue, and he's not gonna hold back his tongue no more, touching their wickedness. Ultimately, Esau Edom. But a lot of these people in this country has been getting away with a lot too now. Not only Esau, but our own people. And the Lord has had enough. And he's gonna, now it's time for you to pay back them tabs that everybody started up, and thinking that the Lord didn't remember. That pastor, I bet he thought it was gonna be another sermon, right? Just a regular day, taking people's money. Got ATM in the church, I bet. Yeah, the Lord said, yeah, no. You're gonna get robbed for $1 million worth of jewelry, and you're gonna just deal with it. If he was smart, the man would think about, damn, maybe I should think about why this happened to me, or why the Lord let this. You know what I mean? Like think deeper. Think about why. But Jake is simple. Jake is above the surface. Jake just think, oh, these men just did it because they did not. The Lord put the spirit on them to do it, right? Because you're making the Lord angry, you're vexing him. And how you're vexing him? The Lord's name, his description. You're dressing up like you're not even giving back to the congregation. The scriptures even talk about that. Most of these pastors read the New Testament, but I bet they don't talk about Mark 10:25. I'm just gonna read it. It is easier for a camel to go through the eye of a needle, than for a rich man to enter into the kingdom of heaven, Yahweh. So this is the needle. You ever seen a thread? So do you know how hard it is for you to even put a thread in there? Lord is saying a camel can go through. It's easier for a camel to go through that than for a rich man. So your chances of you, being blessed in the kingdom of heaven, when the Lord establishes a kingdom on earth, is gonna be. You're not gonna. It's hard, and it's harder for a rich man, right? Because you living great, right? You're not helping no one else. You're just living deliciously. And there's people who could actually use your services, but Jake is a hoarder. That man was a hoarder. I bet he didn't help a damn no one. You know. Um, this is what they were doing in the scriptures back then. John 2:16, and said unto them that sold doves, take these things hence, make not my father the house and a house of merchandise. Yeah, and a house of merchandise. Wait, I'm gonna read the whole verse. Uh, and his disciples remembered that it was written, "The zeal of thine house has eaten me up." And they, hold on. All right, hold on. Let me go up. I'm gonna get John 2:13. And the Jews' Passover was at the hand, and Yahushua went up to the Jerusalem and found in the temple those that sold oxen, sheep, and doves, and the changers of money sitting. And when he had made a scourge of small cords, he drove them all out of the temple, and the sheep and the oxen, and poured out the changers' money, and overthrew the tables, and said unto them that sold doves, Take these things hence, make not my father's house and a house of merchandise. And his disciples remembered that it was written, the zeal of thine house has eaten me up. Then answered the Jews and said unto him, What sign shewest thou unto us, seeing that thou doest these things? Yahushua answered and said unto them, Destroy this temple, and in 3 days I will raise it up. Yahushua answered and said unto them, Destroy it. And then said the Jews, 46 years was this temple in building, and wilt thou rear it up in 3 days? But he spake of the temple of his body, because he was going to die and come back. But they didn't understand what he meant. But yeah, the Lord was making whips. The Lord was angry. Whipping people that were running out. So how much more now, right? What's way worse now, because there's no one whipping anybody. They just get away with it. And that's that's the spirit of vengeance. That's the Lord's spirit on those men that did that to them. Even though they're evil Jake out there, niggas, but these men, these churchgoers been doing, these pastors, bishops, and all these deacons, they all been living great. They've been tricking our people, right? The pastors led the sheep to the slaughter, or you know they're gonna have to pay for that. You a shepherd, yeah, they're supposed to be the shepherd leading the sheep, right? They ain't, yeah, you confusing the sheep, leading them to to their own demise down a cliff. Esau's not Esau, but all these pastors, Edomites, right? Ishmaelites, Israelites, all these people, Catholics, Christians, First Day Adventists, Jehovah's Witnesses, judgment is coming for them. Just like these rappers are dropping dead like flies, right? You ever seen them flies that touch the light outside in the cabin? Like it just zaps them. That it attracts them to the light and zap them. That's what's happening. That's a lot of these rappers are dropping dead. Next, I wouldn't be surprised if these pastors are dropping dead. The Lord said, you know what? It's I'm all right. Judgment is going to be brought forth. The Lord ain't, he held back, and he said, "Yep, all right, yep. Now I'm done." The Lord is he gave people chance after chance, opportunity, year after year, week, month, day, opportunity after opportunity, and what did people do with it? Nothing. They just kept doing wickedness. This idiot, I bet he's not even thinking about why it happened to him. Think about it. Think, like, what are you doing that made the Lord want to do that to you? You know what I mean? Like, look into yourself. But people don't do that. People aren't deep. They think they're perfect. They think they're innocent, but no one's innocent. They're just, the dude is just a fool. You know. But I'm gonna get the video though. Where is it? Where is it? Yeah. I'm gonna get this video and I'm gonna close out. Unless I'm gonna. Uh, what the hell? What the? Okay. Holy. Hold up.
this brand new surveillance video of the 3 suspects accused of robbing a Brooklyn pastor during his Sunday sermon. Police say the 3 unidentified suspects were armed at the time of the crime and then took off in a car. This was the moment the 3 men entered that church. Pastor Whitehead noticed they were coming after him and dropped to the ground. He says one was pointing a gun towards him and his 8-month-old baby. They took jewelry and personal items from him and his wife.
So, like, look. You know, so look at this. He's an idiot. You know? Thought he was living great, you know? And he thought nothing was going to happen to him. But Jack got him, you know? So, like, this Lord's coming as a thief in the night for everybody. You know, these rappers are dropping dead. Right? These pastors are getting robbed. You know, more diseases are coming up, you know, pestilences. So, like, this is a done deal for a lot of people, you know? But with that, I want to give all praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, double honor to the elders of the Millstone, and salutation to all your Akram on the highways and byways. Till next time, I say Shalom.